it's hard to see anything that has happened in Afghanistan in these last weeks as a success. The president was speaking to his domestic audience today, but the fact is that back in Afghanistan, there are more than 30 million people who did not leave, who cannot leave, and who now present a real challenge for the Taliban or whoever is going to rule Afghanistan next. Those people are desperately poor. They don't enjoy even the most basic elements of civil government, justice, security, public health. That's the real problem that the Taliban will face and the world will face after 20 years, trillions of dollars of expense, tens of thousands of lives. The Afghan people are less well off today than the people of Eritrea or Bangladesh. That's the tragedy that we will all have to think about and work on in the years that lie ahead.
Jack, on the security front, President Biden also addressed the terrorists, saying that we are not done with you yet. We know that in the last few days there have been U.S. drone strikes against ISIS. Could we see ISIS retaliate here? Is there a larger terror threat now?
Well, the terror threat did not change simply because the Taliban moved into Kabul. And the fact is that the United States still has strike capabilities anywhere in the world, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, where Osama bin Laden was found and killed, anywhere in the world. So the fact of the matter is that if a strike is necessary, the United States and other countries have the resources to do that. But the underlying issues, the reasons that terrorist organizations are able to operate, those are the economic and social reasons that we now have to address. We can't just repeat the cycle of violence of the last 20 or 30 years in Afghanistan. It didn't work. It didn't work with the Russians. It didn't work with the Americans. It's not going to work in the future. So we have to think now in terms of what the Afghan population needs and how to help, if it's still possible to help, create a functioning civil government for the millions of people that will not leave Afghanistan.
So about 30 seconds left. We do want to mention that you've worked with top U.S., NATO, and Afghan leaders on security transitions, detention operations. What's your sense of the coming days and weeks with everything you just mentioned, including transitions within Kabul and beyond?
Well, speculation's a risky business, but based on the facts that we have now, I think we're likely to see a period of retaliation and violence as the Taliban consolidate in Kabul and around the country. And at the same time, attempts by the Taliban to reach out to the international community to lock down the billions of dollars of aid that they will need to run the country at all. So we're going to see both, I think, domestic violence as scores are settled and an outreach to the international community.